said that Kody never lived in the Las Vegas home with her, that she paid a lot of payments into that
How would Robyn know who paid the bills in my house?
house.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to make sure that she gets paid for everything that she deserves.
And he paid her insurance, and he paid, there was things that he was taking care of instead.
The insurance is usually on the house payment and the mortgage.
Bills that he took care of instead of that. So it was kind of like, that was how we, like, you take care of this bill, you take care of this bill kind of a thing, so.
He didn't pay the insurance, because that's what she said.
I paid those bills. I paid my bills.
Well, I don't think you really say that when you have a family, but whatever.
I never shirked my responsibilities ever in this family. I was there, I was always there, and I gave 110% every time. I felt like I wasn't getting that from the rest of my family. And I just didn't want to do the hard work anymore. I got 3 ex-wives who are going, Kody changed, Kody changed, Kody changed.
Kody turned 50, and all of a sudden he started making all this noise about he was carrying the whole family.
Sister Wives Season 20, All the Revelations. Meri Brown and Janelle Brown helped pay for Robyn Brown's house. Sister Wives Season 20, Every major revelation that redefined the Brown family introduction, a season that closed the book on plural marriage. Season 20 of Sister Wives marked the definitive end of the Brown family as it once existed. What began more than a decade ago as a televised exploration of modern plural marriage concluded this season as a detailed autopsy of a collapsed family structure, fractured relationships, unresolved financial entanglements, and emotional wounds that continue to shape every interaction among its former members. Rather than focusing on new beginnings, Season 20 centered on reckoning. The series examined how years of uneven power dynamics, financial decisions made without transparency, and emotional favoritism culminated in the final dissolution of Kody Brown's plural marriage. The season also offered unprecedented insight into long-standing resentments between the wives, the children's strained relationships with their father, and the complicated sale of the family's last shared asset, Coyote Pass. What follows is a comprehensive breakdown of every major revelation from Sister Wives Season 20, tracing how the Brown family arrived at this point and what their future now looks like. The financial core of the collapse, Robyn's house and the Vegas fallout. One of the most significant revelations of Season 20 involved the financial arrangements surrounding Robyn Brown's Flagstaff home, and how those arrangements originated years earlier in Las Vegas. When the family left Las Vegas in 2018, each wife sold her individual home. Meri Brown's sale of her 5-bedroom property generated substantial profit. According to Meri and later confirmed by Kody, those proceeds were handed over to help finance Robyn's purchase of a 5-bedroom home in Arizona. Janelle Brown also contributed funds to that purchase. This financial decision, made in the name of family unity, lacked formal documentation or clearly defined repayment terms. Over time, the home doubled in value, benefiting Robyn and Kody exclusively. Meanwhile, Meri and Janelle were left without equity in the property they helped fund. Meri summarized the imbalance succinctly during the January 18 one-on-one special, noting that Robyn and Kody purchased the home, lived in it, and later sold it at a significant profit, while she and Janelle had no formal claim to the asset. This unresolved financial imbalance would later resurface as one of the central points of contention during negotiations over Coyote Pass. Coyote Pass, from shared dream to final battleground. Coyote Pass, the 14-acre property purchased by the family in Arizona, was originally envisioned as the ultimate symbol of plural unity, a shared space where the Browns would finally live together after years of separation. By Season 20, it had become the final battlefield. According to Kody, unresolved financial agreements from previous years made negotiations over the land nearly impossible. He stated that Meri and Janelle had gifted money toward Robyn's home and later wanted repayment in addition to their shares of Coyote Pass. Kody argued that he had personally invested additional funds into the land and felt uncompensated. Janelle and Meri, however, viewed the situation differently. They sought clear acknowledgement that the money they contributed to Robyn's home had never been repaid and that their shares of Coyote Pass should reflect those earlier sacrifices. Robyn later confirmed that an agreement was reached with Janelle, stating that all debts between them were settled. Meri, however, did not agree that her financial concerns had been resolved. The inability to reach consensus delayed the sale for months and intensified existing resentments. Ultimately, Coyote Pass sold in April 2025, with each party receiving 25% of the proceeds. While the sale closed a financial chapter, it did little to repair the emotional damage left behind. Confidentiality agreements and the breakdown of trust. Another major revelation involved the attempted use of confidentiality agreements during Coyote Pass negotiations. Meri revealed that she was asked to sign a confidentiality agreement before finalizing aspects of the sale, a request she firmly rejected. She questioned why such an agreement was necessary among family members and interpreted it as an attempt to silence her. Kody and Robyn maintained that the discussions were intended to facilitate smoother negotiations and protect everyone involved. However, the request further eroded Meri's trust, reinforcing her belief that decisions were being made behind closed doors without her full participation. This incident symbolized a broader breakdown in communication that had plagued the family for years. Robyn and Meri, a friendship that quietly died. Season 20 made clear that the once close relationship between Robyn and Meri had effectively ended. Robyn stated that she no longer felt loyalty toward Meri, explaining that their friendship had deteriorated beyond repair. She claimed Meri had burned bridges and accused her of speaking negatively about both herself and Kody. Meri, on the other hand, expressed confusion and hurt over the sudden distance. She described drawing firm emotional boundaries after years of feeling dismissed and marginalized. Neither woman could pinpoint a single moment when the relationship fractured, only that it slowly disintegrated as alliances shifted and trust eroded. Janelle's spiritual divorce, choosing closure without legal ties. Janelle Brown's decision to pursue a spiritual divorce marked another defining moment of the season. Never legally married to Kody, Janelle had long considered herself spiritually bound to the relationship. After watching Meri obtain a spiritual release from their church, Janelle began exploring the same path. She explained that the process provided emotional closure and validation, even without legal ramifications. Meri assisted her by sharing contacts and offering guidance, a rare moment of cooperation between the two women during the season. Janelle's decision underscored the emotional weight of plural marriage, even when legal systems offer no formal recognition. Adult children and the cost of estrangement. Season 20 placed renewed focus on Kody's strained relationships with his adult children. Kody acknowledged that most of his bonds with his grown children were fractured, attributing the tension to gossip, divided loyalties, and perceived disrespect. However, several of his children offered a different perspective. Michael T. Padron suggested that accountability, rather than blame, could pave the way toward reconciliation. Madison Brush admitted she still longed for a relationship with her father but struggled with repeated disappointment. Janelle revealed that Madison had not spoken to Kody in years and did not inform him of her fourth pregnancy, highlighting the depth of the estrangement. The season made clear that the collapse of plural marriage extended far beyond spousal relationships, affecting an entire generation. Christine's perspective: freedom after financial strain. Christine Brown reflected on the financial hardship she endured during her marriage to Kody, recalling moments when she had to put groceries back at checkout due to insufficient funds. She contrasted those experiences with her current stability, emphasizing that independence brought both emotional and financial relief. Christine's reflections provided context for her decision to leave, a choice rooted not in impulsivity, but in years of unmet needs. Kody's reflections: regret without responsibility. Throughout Season 20, Kody expressed regret over the failure of plural marriage but stopped short of full accountability. He acknowledged favoritism toward Robyn, particularly in providing her with housing stability while other wives struggled. He admitted that jealousy and resentment followed those decisions but framed them as misunderstandings rather than mistakes. Kody also revealed that he continued receiving inquiries from women interested in plural marriage, though Robyn ultimately rejected the idea. Despite moments of introspection, Kody's statements often emphasized his own sense of betrayal and frustration rather than concrete steps toward reconciliation. The end of the dream. Season 20 of Sister Wives did not offer tidy resolutions or renewed hope for family unity. Instead, it provided a candid look at how ideals can collapse under the weight of unresolved conflict, financial inequality, and emotional neglect. The sale of Coyote Pass symbolized the final dismantling of the Brown family's shared future. What remains are individual paths shaped by hard lessons, lingering resentments, and cautious attempts at healing. For viewers, Season 20 served as both a conclusion and a cautionary tale, illustrating that love multiplied does not automatically mean pain divided. Part of the reason the Coyote Pass sale got so hairy was that the family hadn't taken care of what happened in Vegas. When Meri sold her 5-bedroom Sin City home, she handed over the profits so that Robyn could purchase her 5-bedroom spread in Arizona, with Janelle chipping in as well. From there, Meri detailed on the January 18th one-on-one special, they bought the house that was for them and then, it doubled in value when they sold it. Yay, them. Which is when she and Janelle made clear that their loan wasn't exactly on the house. And so when it came time to sell their land in Arizona, there was agreements that hadn't been settled, Kody detailed. Janelle and Meri had gifted money to me and Robyn to purchase Robyn's house. Meri's house, the proceeds from her house in Las Vegas, were half mine, okay? And so they wanted their 25% of Coyote Pass, but I had put extra money in it. And they wanted to be paid back for their gift for Robyn's house, but I hadn't been compensated. And we couldn't negotiate. They were able to strike a deal with Janelle, Robyn noted. She said 100% we were square with her, but Meri hadn't. Still, Kody insisted Meri's payday was coming. Meri will get paid, he swore. Everybody is going to have their money and I'm going to be bitter because they sat there and just talked me the whole time. Robyn Brown insists Meri Brown burned so many bridges in their relationship. The friction between once close Robyn and Meri isn't exactly water under the bridge. Asked why she felt she didn't tell her former friend that Kody and Janelle were potentially planning a deal behind her back, Robyn told Sukanya on the January 18th special, "I'm not going to sit there and be disloyal to Kody." Had she and Meri remained tight, then that could be something to say to me, Robyn added, but not now. She has burned so many bridges with me and I don't know why. The issue, Robyn surmised, is Meri is sitting there trashing me and I don't even know what the problem is. All of a sudden, she continued, their friendship was gone. I don't know what happened, Robyn swore. I don't know why it's different. She just all of a sudden was angry at Kody. So somehow I'm lumped into that. Kody Brown watched ex-Christine Brown's wedding to David Woolley. Turns out even Kody said, I do, to seeing his former bride marry her now husband in October 2023. I watched their wedding, he admitted on the January 18th episode. And I was smiling through the entire thing almost. It was fun to see Christine in a great spot. It's sort of kind of her dream come true. Pamela Anderson says she wishes she had a better relationship with ex-Tommy Lee. Kate Middleton breaks from royal tradition for meeting with UK women's rugby team. Jennifer Lawrence says she identifies as a stay-at-home mom. Sophie Turner shares unique perk of being a young mom. Hilary Duff's new song, Roommates, may be her most NSFW ever. Janelle Brown is considering a spiritual divorce from ex-Kody Brown. Officially done with former husband Kody Brown, and his nice pecs and six-pack abs, Janelle Brown revealed in Sister Wives Season 20 opener that she's borrowing a page from Meri Brown's playbook. Never legally entwined to Kody during their 29-year marriage, I had sort of thought about a spiritual divorce a long time ago and didn't even realize it was an option, the patriarch's second wife detailed on the September 28th premiere. And so when Meri got one, I'm like, oh, hey, Meri, who do I call? And her former sister wife, who was granted a spiritual release from their former church on the grounds of abandonment, was more than happy to fill in some blanks. Said Janelle, she has been kind of helping me get in touch with everybody. Madison Brush would like to reconcile with dad Kody Brown. Madison Brush is still working through the sins of her father. Amid her ongoing estrangement from dad Kody, Madison, the second oldest of his and Janelle's 6 kids, admitted on the September 28th episode that she's still struggling with the separation. You want your dad to show up, the mother of 4 shared in a confessional alongside husband Caleb Brush. You want reconciliation. I know I played a part and I'm angry because I'm still trying to learn to not be disappointed. It's a lesson she's struggling to master. I'm still learning how to just see him for who he is, she noted. I'm trying to understand that maybe he didn't know how to show up. He might be hurting. He also might not be willing to cede too much ground. Kody stressed his desire to have healing with Meri, Janelle, third wife Christine Brown and their children, explaining, I think we're in an impasse here because this healing can only happen on their terms only. Kody Brown has this concern about his sex life with wife Robyn Brown. To hear Kody's fourth and sole remaining wife Robyn Brown tell it, she always wanted the family, not just the man. I had marriage proposals, she revealed on the September 28th episode. Not necessarily an on bended knee situation, she noted, just different men at different times said, you know, I'd marry you in heartbeat. Her response never wavered, I was just like, well, I plan to live a plural marriage. And had Kody been single when he pursued her, rather than a devoted family man with 3 wives, I would have said the same thing to you. But now that they find themselves as unintentional monogamists, asserted Kody, it's you and me, baby. Though he admittedly had one concern. There's something I want maybe more than you do, Kody told Robyn, alluding to their sex life. The way he saw it, Kody continued in a confessional, a polygamist is getting more than he wants and a monogamist isn't getting enough. Meri Brown reveals an ex broke up with her over her polygamous past. Throwing herself into dating, Meri knows precisely what she's looking for in a man. In addition to a tall guy, super important for me is to find somebody who wants to travel with me, the avid road tripper explained in the October 5th episode. And also must not have cats. Must love dogs. And she definitely needs someone who won't scare easily. There was a guy that I was talking to, she detailed of one of her more troubling dating adventures. Once he discovered she was a polygamist, he was like, I can't continue talking to you. This is not something that I'm even interested in or open to, she shared. And it was very hurtful to me. Because I was a polygamist, you're not interested in pursuing a relationship with me. For Meri, she continued, it was like my first real big realization that that's going to inhibit some people from even wanting to start talking to me. Janelle Brown thinks no one else really wanted to live on Coyote Pass. Janelle is convinced she was the only member of her sprawling fam who truly wanted to land on Coyote Pass. Discussing the family's standoff over the 14-acre property they purchased ahead of their 2018 move to Flagstaff, Arizona, Janelle admitted on the October 3rd episode, I'm not actually sure I ever had the dream of us all being out on Coyote Pass. Because while Kody's second wife could imagine herself settling out there, it's a beautiful piece of property, why not? She alleged that it was more of a passing phase for her ex and his other brides. Nobody really wanted to live out there, she said, adding that Christine definitely didn't and Meri would have obliged if everybody else had done it. As for Kody and Robyn, they had a house that was pretty much there without being there on the property, Janelle surmised of the 2-acre, 5-bedroom spread they have since sold for $1.7 million. So as much as they all howled over the land they initially split into 4 separate parcels, said Janelle, I just could see very soon after we moved to Flagstaff that was not going to be a thing. Why Kody Brown thinks he has a strained relationship with most of his adult kids. Kody has a theory about why his bonds with the majority of his adult kids, save for Robyn's eldest Dayton, Aurora and Brianna, are kinda garbage. I think most of the relationships between me and my adult children are strained, he acknowledged on the October 5th episode. It's an issue of trash talk and innuendo, and it has challenged loyalties and trust on all sides. And these days, not many of his grown kids are on Team Kody. Though Michael T. Padron, one of his 6 children with Christine, had been the most outwardly supportive of her father, months after she and husband Tony Padron made the move to North Carolina with their 3 children, she gave her take on the rift. I think that if he took more accountability in any of his actions, his kids, maybe not all of them, but at least some of them, would reach out, she noted during an October 2024 fan Q&A shared on the Instagram account at Without a Crystal Ball. Instead of blaming the children, or blaming how they feel about his relationship with his other wife or blaming the parents or blaming gossip or whatever, if he just said, look, I understand I did blank wrong. I'm sorry. Can we talk about it? I feel like that would go such a long way. Janelle Brown admits she would have taken half of Kody Brown's assets. With the April 2025 sale of Coyote Pass, Janelle and Meri walked away from their marriage to Kody with a nice parting gift. Christine had already signed over her portion of the land in exchange for keeping the proceeds from the sale of her Arizona home. As Janelle joked to Meri on the October 5th episode, it was a nice way to just be like, see you later. Hope I never see you again. Goodbye. But she certainly wouldn't have waved off an even nicer present. Had she been legally married to Kody, she noted, she absolutely would have taken half of his assets, because it would have been half mine. Kody Brown agreed to sell Coyote Pass for this reason. Before Kody and Robyn agreed to close the door on their Coyote Pass dreams, they had to open, not a window, but the contract on their new $2.1 million manse. After months of going back and forth with his exes about unloading the massive property, selling Coyote Pass became a reality for us, Kody detailed in the October 12th episode, only when we discovered we really wanted this other house. The dad of 18 is also eager to unload the bad memories of their previous home. We've experienced a lot of heartache here, he posited. And we want a new beginning, something different, something new. Why Kody Brown feels he failed at plural marriage. Though Kody felt his love should be multiplied, committing to 4 different wives, his attention wasn't divided all that equally. I felt like I was devoted to our family and to plural marriage, but then I struggled to be devoted specifically to every single wife and vice versa, he reasoned on the October 19th episode. I don't think the wives were devoted to me or to each other as a whole. Among his missteps, he guessed, was setting up Robyn in her $1.65 million, 5-bedroom Flagstaff home while other spouses were making do with less. I don't know what went wrong, he said of ending his unions to Meri, Janelle and Christine, but I know that I stirred up a jealousy putting her in this house. My wives, in whatever way, couldn't handle that I was willing to fight so much to make sure that Robyn was safely kept. Christine Brown says it was a lot of work being married to Kody Brown. For Christine, it was hard to take it easy with Kody. We were married to a guy that was a lot of work, she mused on the October 26th episode. He had a lot of things that he liked and a lot of specifics, like certain dietary restrictions, his grooming and things like that. Bottom line, she noted, it was a lot. Enough that Janelle isn't exactly looking to multiply her love after their split. I think maybe Kody was a lot of work, she told Christine and her now husband David Woolley. So I think that a relationship must be really hard. Which is why she's so resistant to David's urges for her to sign up for Farmers Only, telling cameras, David just can't handle that I'm just not going to go date because I'm like, dude, no. Christine Brown says Kody Brown sometimes called her by the wrong name. Kody was quite careful not to call his wives every name in the book. Kody would rarely slip up and call us the wrong name, Christine insisted in the November 2nd episode. There's certain moments you don't want to hear another woman's name. You know those moments that I'm talking about. Never happened. Though there were some close calls. I would catch myself a lot, Kody admitted. And I've certainly done it. I had a way of starting it sometimes and then pivoting. Christine Brown felt betrayed by Robyn Brown. To hear Christine tell it, she felt quite stabbed in the kidney by her former sister wife. I feel betrayed by Robyn, she detailed to David on the November 2nd episode. I felt like I could never really trust her, ever. The issue, she explained to cameras, is that she would tell her things that I thought were in confidence and then I'd get in trouble for them and Kody would get mad. I can't trust her. So I stopped confiding in her. But Robyn insisted she was just trying to play marriage counselor. Christine would say to me, I wish Kody would know this. I wish Kody would understand this. I'm struggling with this, she explained. Me being kind of a naive fool, I thought I could help, but I should have just stayed out of it completely. Meri Brown had to draw hard boundaries with ex-Kody Brown. Once somewhat charmed by her stance as Kody's favorite ex-wife, Meri wasn't interested in indulging any of her former husband's attempts at small talk when he scheduled a video chat to discuss the potential sale of their Arizona property. I don't know what happened with Meri because I remember helping her move to her place in Parowan, Utah, and it was all fun and games and cordial, he mused of their shared chat with Janelle on the November 2nd episode. And since then to now, it's got weird. But Meri insisted she was just focused on business, not pleasure after taking in what Kody had said to cameras in previous seasons. I just had to draw some really hard boundaries, she explained. And when we get on this video call and he's being all friendly and trying to act like things are normal after some of the things that he has said to and about me and my friends, that's not going to fly. Kody Brown felt he should have been able to vet Christine Brown's husband David Woolley. Though Christine answered now husband David's 2023 proposal with a very enthusiastic yes, her former spouse feels he should have had a say. My daughter lives in David's house, Kody explained of his and Christine's youngest, truly. I should know David. In fact, he mused, he should have had the right, even, to discriminate David. Janelle Brown doesn't think she'll get back the money she loaned Kody Brown and Robyn Brown. Excited about recouping her share of Coyote Pass, Janelle wasn't about to howl over losing the money she'd given Robyn and Kody for their 5-bedroom Arizona home. While her kids feel like I should pursue the money that I put into Robyn's house, she shared in the November 2nd episode, it's going to be a fight. Should she try to get the money out of Kody, she continued, there's always a billion reasons why he doesn't owe it. Exhibit A, his feeling that he'd already repaid that particular favor. Janelle helped Robyn and I buy our house and I settled that debt with Janelle back in January, he insisted. And she just stated to me after that was done in January or February, she said, our debt is settled, you're good with me. It was more than fair. Kody Brown still has women asking to join his family. Should Kody still be interested in having his love multiplied, there's no shortage of options. As he revealed to Robyn on the November 2nd episode, I got another one of those emails from some woman talking about plural marriage. The unnamed person was kind of chastising me for deciding to quit plural marriage, he explained to his sole remaining bride. And then she offered up her services. She's calling me out, Kody explained to Robyn, and then asking sort of like to get to know us for the purpose of joining the family. Truthfully, it wasn't an immediate no from Robyn, who admitted in a confessional, for a split second, I think, oh, wouldn't this be great? This is what I've always wanted for my life. And, would they fit? Ultimately, though, it was a no. I find it very inappropriate that they would send it to Kody, she explained of her issue with the outreach. It's not usually proper to go hitting on a guy. You have to go through the sister wives. Madison Brush hasn't spoken to Dad Kody Brown in years. Though Kody is now acknowledging the estrangement he's labeled the failure of the family, he has a lot of work ahead of him if he'd like a passing grade. Discussing Maddie's 4th pregnancy on the series' November 9th episode, Janelle admitted that her eldest daughter didn't even tell her dad she was expecting. He'll find out, Kody's second wife added, noting there was no reason to keep him in the loop beforehand. They haven't spoken for a long time. It's probably been 2 or 3 years. Meri Brown says Janelle Brown made her feel special when she joined the family. Seems Janelle didn't just want the man, she truly wanted the family. When she wed Kody 3 years into his union with Meri, after briefly being married to Meri's brother, there's so many emotions surrounding that, Meri recounted during the November 9th episode. I always felt like when Janelle got married, she was being really cool in the way that she was like including me and she didn't want to hurt my feelings. At the time, Meri was filled with jealousy and other emotions as they tried to figure out, like, how to do this plural marriage thing, she acknowledged. And that always made me feel very special that she did that. Meri Brown says Kody Brown and Robyn Brown wanted her to sign a confidentiality agreement. Meri isn't one to be silenced. But things got hairy when the family hammered out a deal to sell Coyote Pass, the 14-acre property they purchased when they moved to Arizona. I think the issue was getting our names put on the appropriate pieces of properties, Meri explained during the November 16th episode. There was a lot of conversation surrounding that and I don't know why it couldn't just be signed on. She was also puzzled by another of Kody's moves. He's putting the whole F-king thing on me that I slowed it down, that I'm the problem, she detailed angrily. But it had to do with the fact that they were trying to get me to sign a confidentiality agreement that I was not willing to agree to. Why do you want me to sign a confidentiality agreement? Why are you trying to silence me? To hear Robyn tell it, though, their discussions were nothing to howl about. Meri and I have always been able to talk pretty frankly with each other, she explained. I was really just trying to find out what she needed and it really, like my intention is always in her best interest. Christine Brown reveals she used to have to put groceries back at the store. For Christine, more money has definitely come with fewer problems. Because the mom of 6 can still remember how it felt when money was so tight for the family there was no wiggle room for grocery shopping. It's embarrassing to be at the checkout counter and realize you've overspent, she detailed on the November 16th episode. And, yeah, you can write that check, but it's going to bounce. You had to put stuff back. Other times they had to walk back plans to pay for certain essentials. Noted Meri, we'd have, like, our weekly or monthly meetings, like, all right, which bill is most important to pay this week? Robyn Brown says she and Kody Brown had big fights about Coyote Pass. When it came to the eventual sale of Coyote Pass, Robyn said she was willing to be the big bad wolf. This has been important to me to make sure that everybody was treated fairly in this situation, she explained on the November 23rd episode after insisting that she, Kody, Janelle and Meri each walk away with a quarter of the profits. So, yeah, I fought him. I had some pretty big fights with him about it. In the end, noted Kody, when the 14-acre parcel sold in April 2025, we just said, okay, we'll just do the best we can to clear this up and make it. You just get everybody their 25%.